The thing that I really love about cooking is the layering of flavors. Think of it as layering your clothes. And it's this building up of flavors which really makes your dish stunning, because everything has its own part to play at a specific time. So you add lemon juice right at the end, and that just like brings everything together. It's impossible that this dish is not delicious. It's impossible. You've got to be very talented to make this bad. Talented at bad cooking. Today I'm making Rajma, which is a very hearty, warm, comforting, delicious and healthy dish. It has very deep flavors and it's also very creamy. So it really hits all your spots for comfort. Traditionally, in India, people make Rajma with dried beans and we soak them overnight and we then cook them the next day. But in the UK, we have extremely delicious beans that are pre-cooked, so why not? I never compromise with the flavor of my dishes. So if I am using tin tomatoes and jarred beans, it's because they come together deliciously. First things first, I'm going to grate these onions.
Oh, your eyes.
Onions are, honestly, they are brutal, aren't they? And I already grated some ginger and garlic. That's literally all the prep you need for it. Okay, off to the hob. I will be cooking this in olive oil, so you can use any cooking oil of your choice. Whilst the oil is heating up, I'll quickly go to the spice shelf and get my whole spices, so if you want to come with me. So we've got cinnamon and bay leaves. A very important whole spice in Rajma is black cardamom. That's like the big chunky cardamom. And I need just maybe a couple of cloves. That's it. Let's go.
Before everyone starts asking what I'm charring,
I was cooking in this hammered copper pot and I just accidentally touched it. Got burnt into my skin. Cool. So the oil's heating up and you've got to be very careful with olive oil because you can't heat it too much. In go a couple of small dried bay leaves. God. Cinnamon. This is like very good quality cinnamon that my mum gave me. Just this much. Cloves. Only a couple. And black cardamom adds a very nice earthy floral smell. Some cumin seeds. A little tip for you. So whenever you grate ginger and garlic, just add a little splash of water so that when you will add it to your hot pan, it won't burn. So look, if you had added this without water, it would be brown, like burnt brown by now. Let it just cook for a couple of minutes till it's, fragrant. It loses its strength. The raw ginger garlicky smell becomes a bit more deeper, sweeter. Just a pinch of salt. Once you add your ginger and garlic, you just give it a couple of minutes and just smell it. So smell the raw ginger and garlic, it smells quite pungent and quite strong. After a couple of minutes, the ginger and garlic smell will soften and it will smell a bit sweet. You will know when you'll do it. Just a couple of minutes. There's no like hard and fast rule for it. I'll add the grated onions now. You will cook these onions until they look browned.
like brown or dark brown.
Medium brown. Should I invent a shade card? Like an onion shade card. Crack some eggs and we're done. These are some little things to know about cooking with onions. Onions need oil. If the recipe says 4 tablespoons of oil, use 4 tablespoons of oil because onions need oil to brown. If you don't use enough oil, then the onions will not brown properly. And in fact, they will have a really weird texture. This is now looking brown. I will go in with the ground spices. First we have turmeric, Kashmiri chilli powder, we need a lot of coriander powder. All the ground spices are in, and we'll have to let them cook for a little bit and stir in some yogurt. Now, adding yogurt will add an extra layer of creaminess to this. I've turned the gas off before I add the yogurt. If you have your gas on and you add yogurt, possibilities that it will curdle. Gas back on. We'll cook it for a few minutes until the oil starts oozing up. I've said this so many times now, you, cameraman, should be an excellent cook by now. My tomato of choice is plum tomatoes, plum tinned tomatoes.
In India, you'd use actual tomatoes here, right?
First of all, in India, tomatoes are locally grown. They're more fresh. They are not sweet, they're sour. That's the kind of flavor profile we need for Indian dishes. Tomatoes in the UK are all sweet. Tin tomatoes have a nice sourness to them, like tartness. It depends what you're cooking. I won't add them in all my dishes, but in dishes where I need a very strong tomato influence, I will add these. Oil bubbling, which means it's time for the tomatoes to go in. You can easily break them with your wooden spoon. That's one of the pleasures of cooking with them. If you're wondering why I haven't added any salt, the reason is the beans that I'm using have their own bean stock, which is very salty. I will add the beans along with their stock and then see if it needs any more salt. So be careful. We'll add the beans now and then they will all cook together. Here we go. Pro. Are you serious? I wanted one satisfying shot of them coming all together. So I'm just going to taste it and see if this needs any more salt. Needs a little bit of salt. And because we've added a lot of tomatoes, it's always nice to add just a tiny pinch of sugar. It just balances the dish. If you're making this with dried beans, make sure that you use the bean stock. That is the juice. You've got to use the bean stock. Rajma is almost done now. It smells really nice. So let's go to the spice shelf and add a couple of finishing spices. Okay. So we've got garam masala and...
Can I guess? Kasuri methi.
Of course, you can tell where the kasuri methi jar is at. That is one of the very heavily used spices in this household. So with garam masala, I just literally want a pinch. We just need the floral bright hit of garam masala. So my garam masala is very, very pure. So it's very potent, which is why I add very less. And then some kasuri methi. Just a little blob of butter will really make it even more creamier. And I absolutely love butter on my rajma. And you just let it melt into a pool. Before I shoot off to set the table, I just want to say two things. One, that by the time you're serving this dish, and if it looks a bit thick and clumped together, for example, just add some warm water to loosen it up. And second, rajma needs time to rest. So after you've cooked it, just let it rest. Just let all the spices and salt and goodness do its work. Whilst it's resting, you can set the table. So there's literally no excuse for you to not set the table. And dare you eat this in front of the TV. The generous squeeze of lemon juice. Let it rest. Let's set the table, decide what tablecloth we're going for, and what plates we're eating off. Because that, my friend, is the true essence of life. Rajma is ready, the table is set. Let's get eating. Okay, let's quickly garnish it. Got some fresh coriander, chillies, whole green chillies here. I've also got some pickled onions. Some wedges of lemon. I've got this crème fraîche here. I'm just going to put a dollop in the middle. Looks like a flower. That looks so beautiful. I've accidentally made a crème fraîche flower as well. I'm very hungry, so I'm going to try it out. I'm ready. Is your mouth watering? Oh my god. It's so creamy and comforting. Wow. I wouldn't change one thing about it. It's pitch perfect.
Nice.
Not looking like a chimpanzee, am I?
No. I wouldn't say you're looking like a chimpanzee, no.